Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of the Latin Empire and Europa Universalis 4. Bit of a stutter there. But here we are, after our war, where we gained Umbria, which is coring. And it's Malta. Oh, they put the province, that's nice. I have never actually noticed that. Same for Rhodes then, nice. She's Rhodes Greek. Yes, good. Good. So, now that I've done that, I need to wait before I expand in Europe again or I'll risk a coalition. And all my techs are 12 years ahead of time, so getting some ideas might be a nice thing to do. So this would take 6 years, this would take 6 years, and this would take 6 years. Yeah, I think I'm going to get an idea in each of these groups. So that would mean extra morale, pretty good trade steering, and a permanent casus belli against pretty much anything that is not my religion, therefore pretty much all of the land I'm actually interested in taking, bar a very few areas. It's going to apply to these guys as well. And, well, to say the least, I might have to expand against them enough soon enough. Now, when it comes to... Oh yeah, it was the League War I was thinking about, wasn't it? Sorry, I haven't played in a few days. And, well, if I declare on Brandenburg, the League War, which would be an absolute shitstorm, it would go off. The thing is, very few people are actually in the League War. In comparison to what could happen. Now, as I'm the leader of it, it would be in my best interests to try and get more people on our side. Anyone with their capital in Europe. And to be honest, I can't really think of that many that are not already in it. The entire empire will be rather easy to maneuver in, hopefully. Should I build up another army as well? That could be quite useful for this upcoming war. My manpower is rather large after all. But I don't really want to challenge it. I'm not interested in the HRE, to be honest. I mean, Brandenburg will be quite the deal for little old Poland, I think, for example. And Ukraine, it's just going to be a massive hellstorm, really. And for the matter, I do need to renew some of my claims. So I'll start building my spy network in the EU again. Actually, yeah, my admin ideas can be pushed off by the core. So I might not even get that. Oh dear. And I do think I should try to cut off some stuff. What are the excess diplomatic relations is actually what I want to know right now. Damn. So I have these three, and then there's more. Royal marriage of Sweden, it's Kawaz. And it's maybe that military access stuff with Bulgaria, but... Wait, it's not in Rome, it's in Egypt. What am I doing? I'm an idiot. So, I haven't even got a claim on Caesar anyway, so let's go ahead with this. Now, a league war would probably be a good idea in a sense to try and deal with the significant French presence. These are still upgrading. Lovely. In most of Europe. But what I think is for the best is non-empire territory, like Treviso, does have to be taken at some point. And I should actually start pushing into this land, I think. Because despite the situation, I do need to push up a bit. So there are the paper Verden in Ferrara, which would be a totally handball situation. Verden, I'm not even sure if he would be relevant to everything. Now, the next infantry type is very strong tech. Brandenburg inevitably got elected. And well, I get the forced, and yeah, it's a fair few things that come up. I'm not sure what they'd do. If they slander merchants, they're not even going to affect me, really. But yeah, the French have a bit of a holding over here, don't they? And I don't think Norway wants to colonise this area here, do they? Because it's, you know, pretty poor, isn't it? Let's see. Well, they could technically send guys there. Norway seems to have established a bit of a nice little holding over here. Good job them. And they're our religion. That's better. But they're not in Europe, so they can't join the league anymore. But I could see a bit of shenanigans happening in northern. I could subsidise them, but nah. They'll do alright, I think. I doubt they'll get declared upon or such. So, with regards to our current situation in Europe, let's have a look at the the aggressive expansion. 26 with them, 39 with them, and 42 with the papacy. Now, from the provinces I'll take from Treviso, I need to avoid triggering any form of coalition, so that could take a while. And to say the least, just taking 3 provinces in the Italian region is well more than enough to easily trigger a potential coalition, even if they're all from your war goal target. But taking these 3 would enable me to only have to take 3 more to add up all of these lands, really. Now, there's other factors as well that I'm going to consider for the advantage that I will have in military might is defensive ideas. And when I next get a set of ideas, I might be able to take quality, I'm not sure. Or quantity. Quality would be the one I'd probably actually choose, despite quantity being a better idea. And the main reason for this is, with my current size, I'm already pretty much the biggest army in the world. I mean, I could easily go up another 20,000, which would put me pretty much on par with the French, I believe. Maybe even higher, though their force limit is quite absurd. They do seem to be having issues over there with their manpower. I am gonna... Ooh, those are nice to build. Oh my. An extra 0.73. I'll have that. 0.39. Yes, I am going to be a bit more careful with it now. due to specific reasons. 0.39s I'll build in, because I've sort of burnt through my massive stores of money, and I could regain them again in time, and those are going to help. So either way, I do think we're going to be rather well off to start pushing into the area around here. Namely, Treviso would be a good starting point to really try and cut the north off and try and cut them off. However, I would have to push through like Provence and Genoa as well to unite this little area, make it easier to defend. But really, when I have all of that, that'll be a massive amount of development, really. I mean, already we're currently sitting at probably the highest in the world, or among the highest, at 1,300. I would say the only competitors, as I say, to that I would visibly know would be Jin, and arguably the Ghurids, but I think they haven't got the really rich land of Egypt, they've just got all the poorer stuff, so I think they're quite low actually. France, I could see occurring as a very high development competitor. Now this will tell us the actual development, and yeah, they are very high development. Sweden's got very high development as well. Britain is getting up there with its own subjects, which is perfectly fine with me in my opinion. And Ukraine is getting up there. They're not extremely developed, but they're doing alright. Jin, I think, has just not embraced anything, and is fallen out, and is getting genuinely just massive tech penalties. The last one he embraced was late feudalism. Ooh, I think I see what's happened over there. I'll be able to start calling this next month, which will be rather nice. Now, with the current thing, I don't think I'll need that religious policy for much longer, as in the one I took, and I've never really dropped this one. These I'm going to keep for now actually, but this one I think I can just drop. It gives me an additional missionary, which pushes me up to 3, and makes my missionary strength a bit stronger. I do feel it's a bit cheaty to have it at this point, but I really would prefer to just drop it. So I think that may be what I do, as my admin power is a little limited, partially due to the current... Oh, we've lost an advisor. How even better. Let's get that back up to 5 at least. And that'll take way too long for the ideas now, because that'll be, you know, 6 years from now. Well, this is only going to be 3 years ahead, but I think I can tolerate slight loss, so I will probably go ahead just to finally get started in this idea group. Now, defensive ideas gives me much more morale, and this would give me more trade steering, which would help with getting the trade of Constantinople more directed, really. And I've just realised I have another trader who I should be using, so, you know, let's get Egypt in our interests to have a extra trader, because it would help a little at least. And with trade steering coming right up, that'll probably help us. Who's privateering then? Andalusia, the papacy, and Treviso. Nice. And they immediately blockade me because I go there. Oh, that is just hilarious, mate. Yeah, I do have to deal with Egypt at some point. No doubt about it. A second war with them could definitely be a pain. And to say the least, I do think there's going to be a bit of pain when I do have that war, because With them, at the moment, they're currently keeping up rather well in all the institutions, which means their tech is not falling behind, and so on and so on. And they are growing stronger, which is largely concerning, because they've been expanding down here into Ethiopia, I think. But they can't really expand elsewhere. They can't expand into Dongola, because that'll trigger the Gurids, and it's a massive war. And so on. Ukraine has not really moved out for a while now either, into like Azerbaijan, which is weird to say the least. When I next attack Azerbaijan, I may actually attempt to get Fyodor and Kaffa, these two here, specifically so I have more trade power up here. That's one thing I will say. I just have random claims over Egypt. Like a fool, but you know, it could be worse. Now they're still allied with Azerbaijan and Rum. Rum is still allied with the two. Azerbaijan is allied with the Gurids as well, and the city of Vietka, who I should be able to see at some place on the map. Up here. Okay. Now, therefore it makes either Egypt or Rum the best to attack, but Rum is the one that's more likely to be out of the war early and quick, due to, saying, the war enthusiasm. And with Egypt, getting these two provinces is going to be one hell of an important task, because that's a fort there, and that fort is a pain in the ass, and they've already upgraded all their forts, haven't they? Oh boy, I'm starting to hate Egypt more by the minute. Let's see if I can get the map mode for forts up and just look at everything be, you know. Like, I believe it is darker is... yeah. Level 4, 4, 4, 4. I hope they bankrupt themselves already now, actually. There's still a few lower level forts in certain countries, but yeah, let's say most people have gone up to level 4 forts. And there's very few areas in my country that are not in the zone of control of a fort. One there, and two up here and one there. Tiny amount of areas not really fort controlled or shown in my entire country, which I find is a rather good sign. And actually, yeah, one of these is not going to be in a zone of control. That's going to be Sicily, because I'm building in Sopron eventually, hopefully, which will cover these two here. I am alright with this now. Now, in regards to the attack on them, I do need a way to find an opportunity to attack them when they're really exhausted. And I'd say the option for that is wait till they're fighting, say, Dongola, Azerbaijan, Rum versus Dongola. If that happens, that would exhaust whoever wins as well would get exhausted. Andalusia and well, I wouldn't mind if I do. Let's see what happened here. Let me guess, you're fighting Egypt. Dongolan reconquest of Tikrit. Of course, this calls in everyone over here. The Gurids are going to be in. And I doubt Kawaz is not going to, you know, give them access. Could I rent out a mount to each? So I can rent out up to, you know, 20. Rent them out for free, and it's still no land access to capital. That's actually slightly annoying, but okay, I understand. Anyway, we have just reached the end of the episode. No real interesting stuff, but we've definitely had an opportunity crop up just as I was starting to talk about it again. What I'll do is quite simple. I'll wait till these two are rather weak and I'll attack Egypt when they would not accept. So I'm going to have to wait for the war to go on a little bit. Either way, I should also, by that logic, probably transfer a few troops over, and I'm going to actually upgrade the fleets to have 40 ships. However long that takes is when I'll send all of these men over, and I doubt the war will finish that quickly. So I will give that in a second. A temporary penalty to me, but it will give him much more needed strength. Then again, I don't really want that. Now, when the Gurids fight oh boy. Is Kawaz on their side? Yeah, another entire war. How lovely. So that has weakened their cause quite hard, with the Gurids and Kawaz fighting now. Rather unhealthy, if you ask me. And it is... Kawaz thought it was a good idea to attack them. I'll gain it back. So this would give me a large opportunity to, of course, attack a weakened Egypt, who may not have his allies join them, which would be extremely nice. So, either way, gonna end the episode here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.